Good afternoon. Welcome to the 21st Annual NCCS Open. I was just talking to a couple of fans here, and we started this back in 1976, and we've been going ever since. We have the finals for you between Ryan Anctil and Brian Young, two outstanding players from the last year's championship team at Northeastern Clinton. Brian Young, the first seed and the #1 player on the team, and Ryan Anctil, the second seed and the #3 player on last year's team. If we can take a look at the draw sheet here, we can show you how they got there. Brian Young, top seeded, went to the semifinals with beating Tyson Dumas from Moore, 6-love, 6-love. And then he had a pretty good match in the semis, beating Mike Ashline of Rouse's Point, 6-2, 6-3. Ryan Anctil, also a pretty easy route. Down here beating Travis Dupree from Scioto, 6-love, 6-love, and then beating Aaron Coulomb, 6-1, 6-1 to get to the semis, and had a pretty good match with Ronnie Rivard of Rouse's Point, beating him 6-1, 6-love. So we have a great match for you. We have our special commentator, Teresa Penfield, who will be here today to do the play-by-play for you. And of course, I'm Harry McManus, the tennis coach, and I'll be sitting up officiating the match. So we'll take a break now, and we'll get the two players started.
Good morning, everyone. We're now at the 21st NCCS Open. The first one started in 1976. Bill Bayshard was the winner of that tournament. They're now in the first set. The score is 15-love. We have the two top seeds here this morning, Brian Young and Ryan Anctil. Serve was long. Second serve, also called long. Score is now 15-all. I'm glad to be back here this morning with Calvin. It's been a lot of fun over the past few years. I've tried not to miss any. And incidentally, I'm Terry Penfield, in case you didn't recognize the voice. Serve. Good return. Shot was wide.
15-30.
Score is now 15-30 in Ryan Anctil's favor. First serve. Good serve. Very strong. Score is now 30-all. Another excellent serve. Caught the line.
40-30.
Score is now 40-30. Oh, that serve was long. Good return from Ryan. Good volley here. Good shot. Well placed return, and that was out. The return was wide. Score is now deuce. You probably all noticed that Brian is wearing his favorite hat, which he has had for quite a number of years, so his mom and dad tell me. I guess it must be his lucky cap. Serve was long. Good volley here. Nicely placed return. Ryan returned it into the net. It's now Brian Young's ad. Comes first serve into the net. serve. Soft return from Ryan Anctil. Oh, and that is long. Brian Young takes the first game. It's now 1-love. We are now in the second game. Ryan is serving Ryan Anctil. First serve into the net. Oh, that was just, the toss was a little off. He hit that into the net. So the score is now love 15. We do have a small gallery here this morning, but it is rather cool. We have Steve Young and his wife, and Connie Anctil, and Kitty Ashline. This is excellent tennis here, back and forth. Oh, and that return was well placed, way out of Ryan's reach. So the score is now love 30. We have a consolation match going on here on the other court. Mike Ashline and Ron Rivard. And I believe they are in the second set.
15-30.
The score is now 15-30. That was Ryan's point. Ryan is now serving at 15-30. First serve. Excellent serve that couldn't be returned. Score is now 30 all. First serve into the net. Serve was in, and the return was long.
40-30.
Score is now 40-30. In other words, it's Ryan's ad. Harry McManus is doing the officiating in the chair, as you all can see. He's also been around for a number of years. Serve was long. This will be, took something off that serve. Soft return from Brian. It was a good return, Brian. The serve went into the net. Second game goes to Ryan Anctil. They are now at 1-all. They've each won a game. Second serve. Good. Excellent return. Ryan is hanging in there. Drop that softly. Racket ready. Good return. Good exchange here. And that one was out. It was long. Too deep. But that was an excellent exchange. Brian is serving at love 15. Excuse me, 15 love. And that was hit into the net. So the score is now 15 all. So far, Ryan has kept pace pretty much with Brian. And that serve was long. Good call. Second serve. And that was long. Score is now 30-15. Brian's favor. Hard serve, but definitely out. And that serve was into the net. He tried to take too much off the serve. First serve. Good return. Oh, that was a drop shot. Beautiful drop shot from Brian. And it's now his ad. It's now 40-30. Brian's favor. That first serve was out. We can look for a change of pace here on that second serve. Came right in there beautifully. Ryan hit it long, so the second, it's now 2-1 in the first set. Serving. First serve. Good serve. Good return. That was well placed. Very well placed from Ryan. That was a good serve. Score is now 30-love in Brian's favor. First serve into the net. Now he'll try to place this one. Oh, that was long.
30-15.
Score is now 30-15. I can see from watching Ryan that he has worked on his serve and it is much better. That was very soft serve.
40-15.
Score is now 40-15 in Ryan's favor. Very well placed. Good return. Right. Brian seems to be hitting the ball a little bit harder here but placing the ball well. Good lob. Oh, and that I don't know whether that would have gone long, but that was Brian's game, so it's now 2-all. Serve was into the net, went over the net. Second serve. That was a good return. This one he'll put away. That was Brian's point, so it's now 15-love. It looks like we might be here for a while with this, the way this match is going. If Ryan hangs in there and keeps pace with Brian Young, who of course is the top seed. Both those serves were long. So the score is now 15-all, all even. First serve into the net. I don't know whether Brian is having problems with his toss. He put it up higher that time, but that was returned long. So the score is now 30-15. First serve into the net. He'll take a little more time with this one probably. Place that nicely. It was a good return from Ryan. I believe that was called wide. So the score is now 30-all. The wind doesn't seem to be having any particular effect on this today. Of course, I'm not out there serving, so that was long. That was a good return. Good volley here. Seems that for the time being they're just content to keep it going back and forth, but that was definitely returned wide.
30-20.
So it's Ryan now has the advantage. Score is 30-40. believe that went back to deuce. I think he called that serve long. Good exchange here. Well, Ryan took something off his forehand and hit it into the net. First serve coming up. Oh, that just a little bit more. Game was Brian Young's. He leads 3-2 in this match, in this set. Back with Ryan Anctil serving to Brian Young. This set is now at 3-2 in favor of Brian Young. Ryan is a number 2 seed and is trying to make some inroads into winning this championship, which Brian has already done, I believe, twice. Oh, that was a very good lob. It landed on the line. Smart tennis here. And that was also very good for that was a beautiful return from Brian Young. Experience, having played in many tennis tournaments this summer, from what I understand. He, I believe, went over to Sugarbush and won one. And that was in addition to having a summer job, so he really does love tennis, as does Ryan. Ryan also does a lot of work in the community, mows lawns, and generally is a hard worker. First serve into the net. Second serve coming up. That was a soft serve. Good return. Oh, Ryan, that he tried very hard. He certainly gave it good effort. Score is now 15-30 here. Ryan Anctil will be serving at 15-30. First serve, way long. Try to really increase the speed of his serve, which sometimes is, and that was a good return. Good exchange here. Brian hit that ball down the line, which was impossible for Ryan to reach. So I think we're looking at the first break here. Score is now 15-40. 15-40, which is break point. He needs a good serve here. Second serves generally are not as good as the first. And that was that. He misserved. So now Brian Young leads 4-2 in this set. That was the first break of serve. And that serve was right on the line, returned into the net. It's now 15-love. Very good return. And that landed on the line. And that was hit into the net. So it's now 15-all. Serve. That was hit wide, returned wide. So it's now 30-15. First serve coming from Brian again. Good serve and hit into the net. It's now 40-15. This was close for the first 4 games. Now it would appear that Brian is hitting the ball a little harder, placing it well.
40, 30.
But Ryan is quite a competitor and he could come back. Score is now 40-30. First serve into the net. Second serve on the line, very well placed. And that was really a great forehand from Brian Young. Score is now 5-2 in the first set. And 5-2 might seem like a great lead, but in actuality, it's really not. I've seen people come back and really do extremely well, but with the experience and all of the all-round game that Brian has, it would appear that Ryan will have an uphill climb in this particular set. He's been touching lines really well, hitting those lines. He's been using drop shots, volleys. That was a let. He has 2 serves. Good serve, which was returned long. Score is now 15 all. You probably have noticed that Ryan hit that a lot harder. That was right at the point, but long. Second serve, which he placed well. And that Brian returned that into the net, so the score is now 30-15. Ryan looks like he's making a little comeback here. He seems to be hitting the shots with more authority than he did. And that was hit long by Brian. Ryan now is up 40-15. First serve. That was long. Don't worry, folks, it didn't hit me. Oh, and that was well placed. He really...
40, 30.
That was an intelligent shot. He still has an ad. Brian still has an ad. Correction, Ryan. This Ryan and Brian make it difficult sometimes here. This is Ryan's ad. Second serve. Good serve. Oh, good shot. Oh, too much on that. So we're now at deuce. So Ryan lost his ad and his advantage this time. Here we go. This could be a turning point for him if he can win this game. That was well placed. Oh, that exchange was definitely great. Now it is Brian's ad. Good serve. Yeah. Ryan has made quite a number of unforced errors here in hitting the ball long, but this he'll be able to pick up on as he gets more experience. And that first serve was into the net. Here comes the second serve. He has one serve coming. Here we go. Second serve. Good return. He gauged that better. Oh, that was just a little deep. But it was good thought. Score is now 15-love. Second serve. I believe that serve was called long. Good serve. Oh, excellent return down the line. And that was the return long, so that was Brian's point. Score is now 15-all. When I talked about Ryan coming back, I watched him do this at the sectionals this year, and actually he helped win, very, very strong, helped win the sectionals for NCCS.
30.
Score is now 15-30. First serve. That was long. Second serve. Good. Good return from Ryan. Oh, yes, and that was a... Oh, that was so well played. It's a shame that it did go into the net. He's really competing well. It's beautiful to watch Brian with all the many shots that he has. And Brian had the right idea, but it didn't have enough behind it to get over the net. So it's now 40-30 in favor of Brian Young. Into the net, second serve. Good serve. Long return. Mr. Young leads 1-love in the second set.
Okay, just a quick comment on the match. We're at 1-love, Brian Young in the second set. We have a classic case here of a senior with a lot of experience playing against a freshman. And Ryan started off very well and had some good pace in the ball, but now he's trying to push. He's trying to get out of the game that he can play. And Brian, should be the favorite in the match, but Ryan has to play within himself, and if he can do that, I think we'll have a decent match here. If he keeps pressing, then he won't. The other thing I've noticed, and maybe you've mentioned it also, Terry, is the fact that they're playing balls that are at least 6 inches out, and this comes from great coaching. The coach tells them not to call it out unless they see it out, but let me tell you, when they're playing each other, it's not that big a deal. But when they're playing against another school, it is something that you want to pull your hair out on. So I just thought I'd make that comment also. Okay, I'll turn it back over to you, Terry. Thanks.
Here we are in the second set. Ryan is serving. Brian is up 1-love in games. Oh, Brian really was there, but he just didn't have enough on the ball to get over the net. You could see where Brian is hitting the ball harder now than he did in the first set. I hope Brian doesn't get discouraged, but I've never seen him. Well, that was excellent. That was a hard serve. It's now 15-all. First serve. Oh. Brought his racket head down too quickly. Gotta get that serve up too. That was good. Oh, and he took something off that serve. Brian was caught off guard. Hit the ball into the net. He's now up 30-15. First serve. Could almost tell by watching Ryan's toss. That's it. Much better. Good return. Brian has an excellent forehand, as does Brian. And he had good return. Excellent. And that ball was out. It was wide. Ryan is serving. First serve was long. He seems to be putting more on the ball in his serving than he did. That was a good return. He was ready. He tried that time with his forehand. He's been having problems when they come down this side of the court. Getting to the ball, because that seems to be a very favorite spot for Brian to hit. And it's just out of Brian's reach. And I'm sure that he will pick up on that. Serve was long. Oh, good. That was excellent exchange. It's now deuce. 30 all. I love that smile face that Ryan has on the side of his cat. Back and forth, very good. Forehand, backhand. Oh, that time he very nearly got there in time. He's really trying. Brian Young won that game, so he's now up 2-love. Oh, sorry. Correction. It's Brian's ad. Good exchange here. Ball right on the line, and there it comes again, but it didn't go. This time it did not go over the net. So we're now at 30 all or deuce. This is a hard-fought game. I think if Ryan can avoid the break here, he might have a better chance of winning this set. Because he seems, when he gets down, it's very difficult against Brian. Exchange. Oh, good forehand down the line. Oh, that just went over. But he was moving Ryan around the court, and he just could not get that. He changes up beautifully. Brian is placing his shots well. That serve was long. Second serve. Now Mr. Young leads 2-love in the second set. That was a very hard-fought game. Good shots on both sides. Good angles. Brian Young is now serving to Ryan. First serve. That serve was called good.
15-love.
It's now 15-love. Mr. McManus is doing a very good job of officiating. First serve. Good return. Brian, you'll notice, is keeping the ball very, very low, just over the net. It just skims that net, and those shots are very difficult to return. Good serve. Good return. That's his favorite shot, his forehand, which picks up. Score is now 40-love in Brian Young's favor. First serve coming in there. Good serve. And that was return wide. Brian Young now leads 3-love in the second set. He's gotten stronger as this match has progressed. He's hanging in there and is full of surprises. Never gives up. Good serve. Return long. I believe that return was long. That was definitely long. Serve. Second serve coming in. Oh, and that was hit into the net. Good serve. It's now 15-all. All even. Comes the serve. Ooh, that was a beauty. Right into the corner. Return, however, was not good. So it's now 15-30. That was first serve into the net. Second serve coming up. Here we are. Good serve. Good return. Return was long. It's now 15-40. We're at break point here. Again. Here comes the first serve from Ryan. And that was long. Deep. Second serve. And that was hit into the net, so it's now 4-love. 4-love in the second set. Brian won the first set. Here we go. Brian is serving to Ryan, and he's up 4-love. First serve coming up. Good serve, good return. That was hit into the net. So Ryan is now ahead. Love 15. Good serve, good return. Strong forehand. Score is now 15-all. First serve. Good. He's running. Oh, that went over. Get it, Ryan. Oh, hit into the net. That was such a good exchange. This is good tennis. Mr. Young is now up 30-15. Serve. Return deep. 40-15. Brian Young's favor. We're kind of hoping that Brian does get a game here. It would be a little more encouraging for him. But score is not indicative of the play because it has been hard fought. Serve. Good serve right on the corner. Brian now leaves 5-love. First serve was long. Second serve coming up. Brian Young leads 5-love. Good serve, good return. I believe that was called fair ball. First serve. Second serve coming up. Get over it. That was a beautiful drop shot. Beautiful. It's now love 30. And it looks like Brian Young is on his way to another victory here. Double fault.
40,
Double fault. Score is love 40. And we are now at match point. That was a good serve. Very good return. Hard forehands here. That was hit out. So we are now at 15-40. Brian has 2 more match points. First serves. First serve. Ooh. He could not return. Game, set, and match to Brian Young. You can hear that we do have a good response from our gallery now. A few more people are here. And we have to compliment all of these young people who played in all of the matches. They had over 20 kids, I understand. And from looking at the score sheet, a lot of them were very hard fought.
Okay, we're back here, first of all, with one of our champions, 3rd place, Mike Ashline. Mike, congratulations. Let me give you this trophy here. Mike beat Ronnie Rivard in the consolation for 3rd place. What were the scores, Mike?
I lost the first set 4-7, then I won 6-love, 6-3.
Okay, so it was 7-6 and a tiebreaker in the first. And what turned it around for you after the first set?
I don't know, Ronnie just, I guess, thought he had it and just started playing bad, and I tried to keep the ball in, not try to hit too many fancy shots.
And that's what you didn't change too much. You just decided to be more steady.
Yeah, just keep the ball in play.
Okay, well, it's quite an accomplishment too, Mike. Now you played last year, right, in this tournament, so this is 2nd year. But Mike is only a sophomore, and Ronnie is a senior. So you showed a lot of class out there coming back in a match. I watched the first set. You had some excellent points in the first set. Didn't see that much of the second too, but Ronnie has a lot of experience. So congratulations again on a good tournament. Okay, very good, Mike Ashline. Okay, next, and you just got done watching the final, we have Ryan Anctil. Ryan, congratulations. I'll give you this. There you go. Okay, runner-up trophy. You started off and it looked like it was going to be a match, and then what do you think changed it?
Brian stepped it up a little bit. He started hitting a little bit harder, and I tried to hit with him, but he hit a little bit too hard for me.
Okay, I noticed that what you ended up doing, I thought, was trying to hit with him instead of staying into your game. In the beginning, he was making enough mistakes and you were putting enough pressure on him to stay in the match. But after that, and he did hit some great shots. There's no question about that. He hit some blistering forehands, I thought, too. So, well, you had a good tournament. You know, you're only a freshman, and the future looks bright. So congratulations again, and I'm sure in the next 3 years we'll hear a lot from you. Okay, congratulations again. Okay. Okay, and now our champion, Brian Young. Brian, congratulations again on a great tournament. You played really well. What started was 2-all there for a while, and then you never lost another game. What happened?
I just wanted to get my serve in because it wasn't going in at first, and then I wanted to keep him moving and put pressure on him at the net, and that's what I did. Hit deep ground strokes. And
yeah, I thought you were trying to take a little more off your first serve, just get it in, move him around. Your percentages, I didn't, calculate it, but it seemed to me you were well over 50% in that second set by just hitting the ball deep and keeping it deep. In the beginning, you were trying to put that big first serve in. So, well, congratulations. This is your 3rd year in a row, right?
Yep.
So he ties Chris Peets for 3 wins. The only one that probably will never be beaten is Matt Miro's record of 4 in a row. But you had an outstanding tournament, and sometimes it isn't easy, Brian, when you're expected to win. And did you feel a little pressure?
yeah, there's more pressure on you. You don't want to lose, but you just go out there, have a good time, and play your match.
The other thing that's interesting is that you guys all know you're going to be playing together next spring, so there's a lot of respect out there in the court, and I felt that during the match. You guys were playing a lot of balls, both of you, that were out, but you were just, it's not like playing against another school. It's a different kind of match. Even if it was closer, it'd be the same kind of thing. So, well, we look forward to big things from you in the spring, and congratulations again on a great tournament. Okay, Brian Young. Okay, our 21st year is history. When, I guess, as expected. Terry, you want to come here a minute? We'll just wrap this up. Do you want to have any closing thoughts on the match?
Not really. I enjoyed it tremendously, and I hope you all enjoyed it also. It's not the nicest of days. It's a little bit cool here, but every year it's a new experience for me, even though I've been around for a lot of years and watched a lot of tennis. I enjoy the kids, and I congratulate all of them. They're all a really good bunch of students. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Speaking of the cold, if you looked at the looks on their faces when I shook their hands, they got a cold hand from their coach because sitting up top there was really cold. So an excellent tournament. Again, we thank Calvin for being here on this very overcast day, although we're reminded, I guess it was a year ago, it was about the same thing, chilly and so on. We wrap up another, I think, successful summer season. Tom Harley, of course, working with the students this summer, did an outstanding job, and I can see improvement from when I left them in June as we finished the regular season. So tennis is still alive and well. We did have 22 entries in the tournament, and a lot of these kids are playing other sports now. So we're glad that we're still able to draw a good following. We did not get the results from the final of the consolation tournament. When they lose in the first round, we play a double elimination. We do have Sean Fay from Rouse's Point playing against Travis Dupree, and they're playing over at the Champlain courts, which newly resurfaced courts, and they look very nice over there. So we'll get that result out too as soon as we can. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Again, appreciate the support of Calvin being here and so on, and we'll look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.